I keep my family's personal business out of my business life, my art life, for a lot of reasons. But part of my family are a bunch of Trump humping fucking rednecks, and I can't stand them. They're my blood, but that doesn't mean I have to love them. Doesn't mean I have to like them, right? Because they're just eagerly stupid and invincibly ignorant, racist, sexist, homophobic piles of filth, and I don't care if they're my blood or not. It doesn't matter to me. If that's what you think, that's what's in your heart, then you can go fuck yourself. Now, what did I do today? I posted a fucking video of this young activist named Greta. I think she's from Sweden, and she's been doing her best. She sailed across the fucking ocean on without leaving a carbon footprint to get to this country, right? To get over here, to be able to get to this country, I should say. And she goes to speak in front of Congress, and they give her lip service about what they're going to do about climate change. Meanwhile, the oil and the coal and the fucking fossil fuel lobbies, they're just pumping fucking dollars into these fucking congressional people's pockets. And normally, most of you fucking conservative, stupid motherfuckers who posted today and who attacked that young girl on my fucking page, how fucking dare you, are all about hating on the government, corruption, and what you Trump fucking cousin fucking Trump humpers out there wanting to drain the swamp. Well, that's what she's fucking talking about. When President Obama was president of this country, praise be his name, and we miss him every fucking day, at least those of us with half a fucking brain do, he put a nuclear physicist in charge of the energy department. He brought in people that were smarter than him to run departments that he knew needed attention, and that included trying to attack the climate crisis. He was up against a Republican-controlled Congress for the first, 4 years. First 4 or 6 years of his presidency, and they stopped him at Mitch McConnell, Moscow Mitch, stopped him at every fucking step of the way. And some of you bitches have got the nerve to come on here and try to talk shit like, oh, I bet they paid her, George Soros paid her. Man, George Soros ain't giving out money to nobody to do activism, and if he is, where's my motherfucking check, dude? Where is it? I ain't got it. It ain't in my pocket. So fuck you and all that bullshit that you're spewing off of Alex Jones and Fox News and all the other bullshit fucking right-wing garbage fucking websites you're looking at. You're going to attack a child? You're going to attack a child who cares, who's worried about her, who is terrified about her future? And look, it's fucking almost October in Los Angeles, and it's 90 degrees here. We've never had that. Never had that in my lifetime, being this hot, this late in the fucking year. The ice caps are fucking melting. Jane Goodall said it herself. You don't believe in climate change, but you believe, then let's go to the polar ice caps and let you walk out on that ice and see how far you walk before you sink underneath. People say, oh, we've had these kinds of mass extinction events in the past. Yeah, but none of them were man-made. And you say, oh, man doesn't have any impact on the environment? Come to California, bitch. Come to Los Angeles and look at our sky. We should, because we're one of the most beautiful cities in the fucking world. We should have a beautiful blue sky. We don't. There's a yellow haze, this nicotine stain across the top of our fucking, across the dome of our sky. What is that? That's car pollutants and corporate pollutants. That's what that is. And what does Trump and his fucking cronies do? They loosen the regulations now in California so that we can't regulate our own fucking air. And you bitches who, when Obama was president, was all about states' rights, where's your outrage at now, you fucking hypocrites? You fucking pieces of shit. You know what? Most of you motherfuckers who are attacking this girl are this young activist who is pouring her heart and soul into this movement of climate change, this climate crisis we're all experiencing. We've never had this many hurricanes. We've never had sea levels rising like they're doing. We've never had this many animals going extinct at one time. Not like this. Unless a meteor hit the fucking earth like they did with the fucking dinosaurs. Unless you don't believe that and you believe in a book with talking snakes and a virgin birth and a dude that walked on water and turned water into wine. Really? That's your superhero? He can turn water into wine? Wow. That's a really great fucking superhero. No laser beams, no flying in the air, none of that shit. Just walking on water. That's some bull fucking shit. You won't believe in climate change, but you'll believe in a talking fucking snake. You won't believe in climate change, but you'll believe that we are all the children of incestuous relations between between Adam and Eve and their children. The sons and daughters of Adam and Eve. How else did humanity come if there were only two people in the beginning of the earth? Follow your own fucking logic, you fucking morons. Don't come on my page talking that shit. Don't come on my page talking that shit. You are not wanted here. I don't want you buying my records. I don't want you coming to my shows. I don't want nothing to do with you fucking idiots. Nothing. I don't want nothing to do with you. Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off my page. Forget you ever bought a record. Forget anything you ever thought you knew about me. Because you don't know shit about me. Because you're not paying attention to the lyrics. You're not paying attention to the things I've stand for almost 20 fucking years. All you're doing is going like, ooh, there's a girl that goes grr. Wow, wow. Hey, man, there's plenty other fucking bitches out there that can go grr. They may not be able to do it as well as I do it, but there's plenty of them out there that do it. Go listen to them. Because most of them ain't saying shit anyway. They're crying, oh, life is tough and life is hard, and they're singing about lost love and all that shit. Or the moons and trolls in the trees and fucking, I don't know, gnomes in the fucking under the bridges or whatever. Nah, that's not what I stand for. That's not what I've ever stood for. And I don't want none of you motherfuckers. You gonna attack a child? How fucking dare you? And most of you motherfuckers claim to be pro-life. Bitch, get the fuck out of here with your hypocritical, fake, forgery ass. I ain't got no time for none of y'all. None of you. Not none of you. I am so sick to death of it. And some of you guys wonder why I'm trying to leave this fucking genre. Because I'm tired of being surrounded by rednecks. I'm tired of being surrounded by hillbillies. I'm tired of being surrounded by fucking stupid motherfuckers who don't think that humanity has any impact on the environment. That you're like looking at science and saying that's not real. That's just fucking ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. Somebody said, oh, go watch Al Gore's movie. You know what? Most of what's going on in Al Gore's movie has happened. Are certain places underwater? No, but the Bahamas are. The Bahamas are underwater. It's gone. New Orleans almost went underwater. I mean, we've had like 7 hurricanes this year or some shit like that. That's not normal. And for you fucking, and most of them were men too. Surprise fucking surprise. Most of them were men talking shit about a woman who's speaking her fucking mind. Surprise fucking surprise. Yeah, there was a couple of chicks, but mostly it was men. Fuck you dudes for life. All that shit. You can't handle a strong woman. That fucking affects you in some way. It maybe takes away your masculinity because you're so fragile and you're so delicate. Deal with it, bitch. Because that's just life. We ain't going back in the kitchens. We ain't going back to bringing you beers. We ain't doing that shit. And maybe some of y'all girls out there will do that shit. But most of the women I knew, this is the first year we've had more women elected to Congress in our history. This ain't changing. And the fact that you would attack a child because she is terrified of her future, not because of what she's being taught, but because that she actually reads, motherfuckers. She reads what the scientists are saying. And someone's gonna, I know, I'm not reading the comments, but I know someone's gonna say, well, there's one scientist who says that climate change is a lie. That scientist is probably laughed out of every fucking scientific journal on the planet, except for some conservative fucking journal that's sponsored by the oil and gas lobby. That's all this boils down to. You guys are always talking about conspiracy theories and all that shit. This is one of the biggest conspiracy theories on the planet. That these people are all about money. They don't care what happens to them because they're going to die. Most of them are old. They are grandfathers or grandmothers. They are going to die. They're not going to see what's going to happen to the planet. These children are. So why teach them? Why send your kids to school if they don't have a world to live in? Why teach them about anything if they're not going to have a place to live in? Just don't. I'm blocking every one of you motherfuckers. And come on, just troll the shit out of them if you want to. I get a kick out of it. I fucking love it. One of the happiest times of my day is when I get to block your bitch ass off my goddamn any of my social media. And any of you motherfuckers talking this shit about OTEP this, OTEP that, man, my Facebook has 101 million person reach right now. So take that with you, all right, as I block you. And Brett, when you're watching, anybody in this chat, you block them too, because I don't want to hear, I ain't gonna read none of their bullshit anyway. I am sick and fucking tired of people not respecting someone just because they have a different belief system in them, and especially when those beliefs are validated by science. They're rooted in scientific fact. We are changing the environment. We are heating up the planet. That is happening. You know, we used to worry about the ozone layer. Well, it took the government to enforce regulations so that certain chemicals could not be released in the atmosphere, so that a hole in the ozone layer could finally heal itself and shrink, because our planet is resilient. So yes, we do have an opportunity to slow climate change down, but we can't do it when we got stupid motherfuckers out here attacking some child activist who is putting her, who's terrified that she's never gonna make it. And not only was she wasn't just speaking for herself, she was speaking not only to Americans, which a lot of you motherfuckers were offended of. Why is she talking to Americans? Well, she wasn't. She was talking to the fucking world, and that's why you got your head so far up your fucking ass, you can't even recognize the fact that she's talking to the world. She wasn't just talking to America, she was talking to China and India and all these other places that are massive global polluters. But a lot of those countries too are now putting into effect changes so that they can stop polluting the world. America, under President Trump, under Cheeto Schindler, under Donnie Littlefingers, we're the only country that's not doing it. And we should be leading the way. Why? Are we not supposed to be the best country in the fucking world? I thought that's what we were supposed to be. That's what you stupid fucking conservatives were saying during the George W. Bush years. Oh, the best country in the world, waving your fucking flags all over the fucking place. And yet, here we are with the opportunity to be the best country in the world, and you attack some fucking young child who's standing up for the climate, who's standing up for mass extinctions of animals, who are like, they're not coming back. Like, once a species goes extinct, that's what extinction means. Google that shit. Look that up. It means they're gone. They're gone. Done. Dead. There's going to be more, I think it's in 2030, 10 years, there'll be more plastic in the seas than there will be fish at the current rate we're going. The seas are heating up, which means that fish are dying. Which means and good. I'm a vegan. I'm a moral vegan. I don't eat fish, so I don't really care about. But we are overfishing. So all that, you know, Alaska caught salmon or whatever the fuck they brand it as. I don't even know, because I don't eat that shit. My body's not a temple. Is not a graveyard for corpses. Like some of you motherfuckers loving your animals, but then you eat animals. You can't be an animal lover? Don't call yourself an animal lover if you eat animals. You can say that you love your pets, but don't say you're an animal lover, because you can't love animals and eat them at the same time. That's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. But I'll tell you this. I am so fucking angry right now, and I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by you people who attacked this young girl. And I blocked most of you, so probably most of you aren't seeing it. But anybody that was thinking about talking shit about her, I'm disgusted. And that's one of the reasons why I want to leave this fucking musical genre. Because it's full of people like you. It's full of fucking idiots. It's full of fucking thick-headed, stubborn fucking people who don't want to change their lifestyle, or who are so fragile and delicate and offended that somebody might say something that like hurts your little feelings, and you're going to go cry about it on Facebook. Bitch, cry about it on your own Facebook. Don't cry about it on my Facebook. Don't come to my Facebook where I have almost 600,000 followers, 600,000 likes, over and a 100 million person reach, just so you can get some attention. Fuck you. You're attacking a child who dares to speak up for something that you would never even get in front of nobody. What you doing? Sitting back on your couch or on the toilet Facebooking? That's what you do. She's out there actually trying to make a fucking difference in this world, and you attack her and say that she's being paid by liberals or her parents put her up to this. No, she did this all on her own, and I know you don't know that shit because you didn't research that shit. She's from another country that actually puts climate change as part of its one of its main goals as a country. It is infuriating beyond measure that you would attack a child like this, who is most certainly disturbed. You can see it in her face. She is fighting back tears. She is angry. She's not even talking about herself, but she's talking about children in poorer countries. She even says, I'm one of the lucky ones, because she comes from a country where the climate change is taken seriously. She even said, don't tell me how brave I am if you're not going to listen to the science, if you're not going to read the science, if you're not going to believe the science. Don't tell me how amazing I am. Don't tell me how brave I am, Congress. Do something. And then you bitches got the fucking nerve to attack her. Man, fuck you and fuck your family and fuck everybody, and I hope you drown once the fucking sea levels rise. And I said it, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about it. Because fuck you. You're going to attack a child who's trying to do some good in this fucking world. Fuck you and your family. And fuck your feelings. I can't, like, man, what's wrong with y'all? Literally, what is the matter with you? Like, did you get bullied as a child or something? Because I don't want to pick on somebody that's been bullied, but what the fuck is wrong with you grown-ass people picking on a child who's trying to do something good in the world, trying to bring some goodness into this evil fucking world? What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? You fucking gutless fucking cowards. That's all you are. You're ignorant and you're a fucking coward. And you got no spine. Because you wouldn't stand up and go on some panel like she would. When most of y'all even meet me, you barely can get words out your fucking mouth. And this girl at least has the fucking guts at this young age to be able to speak on a national scale, to speak to Congress, to speak to the press, to go out and put her name and her life and everything on the line, her reputation and everything, to do something good for this fucking planet. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You disgusting fucking human. I hope you have a child that goes, you know what, this is my hope. I hope you have a child that's in some kind of a pageant, science fair, which you probably are going to put some like, here's how Jesus was pinned to the cross or some shit like that, which is, again, stupid. But whatever. They didn't have ladders back then. Like, somebody couldn't have snuck in and, like, just gone up the ladder and pulled the fucking nails out and took him down. And that's probably what happened. If he actually even existed. Jesus is his Greek name. His actual name was Yeshua. But most of y'all don't know that because you just believe what you're told. Stupid evangelical bullshit. Most of yourselves call yourselves Christians, don't even go to church. It's just a religion of convenience is what it is. Do something bad, ask for forgiveness, and you're all right. Well, I'll tell you something. If there was a Garden of Eden, it ain't some little mythical place where we're still trying to find. It's the earth. The earth is the Garden of Eden. And you know who's supposed to take care of the earth? We are. We're supposed to be the gardeners of the garden. And that means taking care of it. That means taking care of the only planet, the only habitable planet we have. The only place we can live is on this planet. And you bitches are gonna go out there and make fun and poke fun and talk shit about a child who did all this on her own, who organized most of this on her own. It's the same motherfuckers who said Sandy Hook was a false flag operation. Man, fuck you too. Did you see have you ever seen the body of a 7-year-old who's been blown apart by an AR-15? Have you ever? No, you haven't. Most of you haven't. Unless you've been in the military and you've seen that when you've killed innocent Iraqi civilians or Afghani civilians. The rest of you have never seen that shit. Unless you're a victim of it. But beyond that, there's a story of this little boy who is 7 years old, who laid next to his 7-year-old best friend who was blown apart by that AR-15, and he was pretending to be dead while his best friends was staring at him dead in his fucking face. And you're gonna call that a false flag operation? You can take that right fucking with you, man. Fuck you and fuck your fucking family. Cause you know what? What you gonna say? Every one of these places had armed security guards. Every one of these places had off-duty police officers. And in one case, one off-duty police officer didn't even go into fucking school when he heard rounds going off and children being shot. He stayed outside because he was a fucking coward. And I can say that. Why? I can say that with authority because my fucking family is fucking law enforcement. And they were disgusted by that human being who didn't go rush in there. That's their job. Rush in there and save them children. Y'all called Sandy Hook a fucking false flag operation? Fuck you. You know what a false flag operation is? You bitches out here attacking some young child who's trying to save our fucking planet. And you know what? Most of you motherfuckers are contributing to climate change because you're garbage fucking people. That's what you are. You're contributing to climate change because you're garbage fucking people. You belong in a fucking dumpster. You were probably you're proof that anal sex actually can procreate. That's what you are. So fuck yourselves. Get the fuck off my Facebook. And I've told the mods to ban and block anybody that comes on here talking shit and trying to attack that young girl. Cause fuck you, man. Fuck you forever. Fuck you for life. You'll never gain my respect back. I get messages all the time from people who say, "Oh, I was so sorry. I attacked you during the Bush years when you wrote Roarhead and all that." And I gave them forgiveness, but I'm done with forgiveness now. I'm done with it. It's come back to bite me in the ass way too many times with band members, with stupid fucking fans, with even just people in my personal life. I'm done with being a career maker for shitty fucking bands. I'm done being helping broken birds in my personal life fly again. And I'm done with fucking stupid ass, arrogant, eagerly stupid fans who would attack a child who's trying to do her best to bring awareness to help try to save our fucking planet. So fuck you, unfollow me, burn my CDs or whatever the fuck you got, burn your merch. I don't give a fuck. Give it to homeless people. Do whatever the fuck you want. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Ain't gonna hurt me in the slightest. You can't do nothing to me. You can't hurt me. You can't do shit to me. I ain't even touring anymore, and I still getting 101 million fucking outreach on my Facebook. I'm still getting likes and fans every single fucking day. So for every one of you motherfuckers I lose, I get 3 more. So take your bullshit and go someplace else. There's plenty of other conservative fucking metal bands that will allow you to lick their fucking taint and while they don't take a position on either side of any issue. But that's not who I am. That's not what this band has been about. That's not what the message has been about. It's never been about that, and it's never going to be about that. I will never step away from my beliefs. And I'll tell you this, I will never stop defending somebody, defending a child who is being attacked by morons. Absolute fucking morons who obviously skipped science class. Obviously, you're probably out, ditching school instead of doing your homework. And yet, what, you're going to pull some bullshit article from some conservative funded organization or something like that to tell me that climate change ain't real? Fuck you, dude, because it's happening right fucking now. It's happening now. How many hurricanes have we had this year? How hot is it right now? Where's fucking Christmas? Where is the fucking snow? Like where is it? It's not. We are having an impact on this planet. We did not have cars and corporate pollutants. Animal agriculture in itself is one of the top contributors. Top 4, I think, contributors to climate crisis, because all the blood and the shit and the guts and the gore and everything that comes out of murdering an animal goes into basically just a big waste pool, and then that waste pool goes into the earth and into the water and then into streams. And how do I know that? Because my family owns a private animal sanctuary, and we have a gigantic creek that runs right between our land, dissects our land, and we've had that water tested, and nearby is what they call a rendering plant, which is basically a slaughterhouse for hogs. And the pollutants from that fucking rendering plant have seeped into our groundwater, where we have saved animals from the slaughterhouse, and now they're being poisoned and by this hog rendering plant that's a few miles away from where we are. And we've contacted the EPA, we've contacted the FDA, and we've contacted the governor's office and Congress and the Senate, and then nobody will do shit because their pockets are swollen from the meat industry, the dairy industry, and the oil and coal industry. And coal's a fucking outdated thing anyway. All that automation that's taking place in the Midwest that Trump said he was going to save, bullshit. He ain't saving none of that. That's all going to be automated. So you voted for a clown. What they say? Trump stands for the racist you voted you made president. That's what. Yeah, the racist you made president. That's what Trump stands for. So thanks. Nice work, assholes. Racists and Russians. That's how President Trump got to be selected by the Electoral College, which is invented for slave owners. It's like I can't stand y'all. I just can't. I just fucking cannot stand y'all. I don't want anything to do with you. You know, the only thing we have in common is a melanin deficiency. That's it. I ain't got nothing else in common with none of y'all. If you're white, I ain't got nothing to do with you. If you're not white, then I ain't got nothing. I have nothing to do with your belief systems. Period. And I don't want to be lumped in with your dumb racist ass. I don't want to be part of that shit. And I definitely am not going to stand by and let you attack a fucking child who is trying to bring awareness on how to save our fucking planet. And what grown ass person thinks it's okay to attack a child? You're that motherfucker that, like, when their child gets too hard in a little league football game or something, and like starts to beat up the referee because the child's not tough enough to take a hit. You're that motherfucker who's trying to live vicariously through your child because you couldn't make it in football either. You fucking mooks. Fuck that shit, man. I don't want any of y'all on my page. I don't want, unfollow me. You're gonna get blocked anyway. If you talk shit, you're gonna be done. That's it. I'm sick of it. The rest of you guys who stood up for this girl, thank you so much for that. She does not deserve the treatment that she's received on this page. I was shocked. I thought there was at least, like, I know we disagree on a lot of things, but I did not think. I was shocked. I didn't even have fathom the idea that grown men would attack a young girl for trying to save our planet. I didn't even fathom that. That didn't even come into my brain when I posted that. Like, I was like, no, nobody's going to attack her. People are going to see her passion and go, wow, maybe I don't believe in climate change, but that's pretty awesome that there's a young girl out there who isn't out running the streets. She's not playing video games. She's not playing Hello Kitty or none of that shit, but she's actually taking an interest in science. And that you would take that like, wow, that's pretty fucking dope. Like, maybe I don't agree with her, but that's pretty fucking cool that a child is taking that much interest in science and activism and doing something more with her life at this young age than you did when you were that age, or what, and doing way more than any of you motherfuckers. I hope none of you motherfuckers breed, but if you did, she's doing more than your child has done and will probably ever do in this short amount of time that she's been an activist, and it's only been a few years. So, in closing, much love to all of you guys who stood by her side and have stood up for science, you know, and who believe that we are in a climate crisis and that we need to do something to stop it. This is no longer a spectator sport. It is time for action. And if you don't know what to do, there are plenty of climate change organizations out there. You can contact Leonardo DiCaprio's organization. I put a link up to donate to his organization. It's called Earth something. I can't remember it because I'm so fucking mad right now. There's plenty of those organizations you can donate to. You can get information on how you can limit your carbon footprint. You can do all that. Thank you for standing up for her. Thank you for standing up for Greta. Thank you for being by her side. I love you for it. And you know, and gender be damned. There was a tiny minority of men who stood up for her, but the majority were women. And women, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for standing up. Thank you for having a voice, because this is relatively new. Women used to not think that they should speak up. Women used to not think that they should have a voice, or they even had that they should culturally be able to use their voice for good. And that's why in my shows I always make people make a fist, like almost between every show, because you know why? Most girls aren't taught how to make a fist. Like, they do this shit right here, which is dumb, right? So I make them make a fist because I want them to know this means power. This means power. Whether it's a fist raised in the fucking air or it's a fucking launched on your goddamn fucking face. Either way, it's fucking power. Women, thank you for owning yourselves. Thank you for owning your power. Thank you for standing up for this young girl, because that young girl is going to help us at least bring awareness to try to save this planet. And you know what? The future is female. And if we can't leave it up to men to do a goddamn thing, because look at what they've done so far. You know, we've had this country's 200 and almost 40 years old, and look what they fucking did to it. They didn't give us the right to vote till the 1920s, and that's white women. They didn't give black women the right to vote, or women of color the right to vote, till much later. Native American women even later than that. Our forefathers, who everybody likes to talk about with the Second Amendment and all that bullshit, but that's for another day. When it says well-regulated militia, first of all, regulated means law. Second of all, militia, that turned into the National Guard. So fuck you and your stupid ass idea that the right to bear arms and all that shit. It became the National Guard. You want the right to bear arms? Go join the fucking National Guard. They'll ship you off to Afghanistan, and then you'll see what it's really like to be in warfare. Because people say, oh, the government is afraid of us because of our guns. Really? Is that why they make them so easily to get and harder to vote? What are they more afraid of? You think that you and your fucking AR-15 can stop a fucking tank, an armored Humvee? You think that you can go up against SEAL Team 6 or the Marine Corps or the Green Berets or the Air Force or the Navy? You think you and your fucking homeboys that sit around and shoot targets in your backyard can fucking go up against SEAL Team 6? Ask Osama bin Laden how that happened. How well that went for him when he went up against SEAL Team 6. And he was in a fortified compound with hardened Taliban fighters, right? Next to a military base in Pakistan. A whole other fucking country. And that motherfucker got 3 bullets to the fucking face. So, good luck, motherfuckers, going up against the United States military. Hoo-ah! And any military person that's watching this, if you support Trump, then you are a disgrace to the uniform. And I say that because my uncle who just died last month served 25 years in the military. My brother died in 2001 serving in the United States Navy. So I know what it's like to lose family members. My cousin died a few years ago from PTSD by suicide because of what he experienced in the military. I know my family suffered a lot. My family is sacrificed a lot for this nation. So nobody can call me can call me out on shit, because we've been through it. We've been through it. So thank you, ladies, and the few men who stood up for Greta. I appreciate you so much. Keep speaking out. You know, there's a time, like, I chose not to perform in certain states because of their abortion bans and all that. That doesn't affect me. I'm a lesbian. I can't get women pregnant. If I could, there'd be a whole lot of chicks in this fucking, in California that'd be pregnant right now, I'll tell you that. But, but I can't. It doesn't affect me, but it affects my neighbors. It affects other people that I care about. So I stand up for them. Whether it affects me or not, it's either right or wrong. So I'm standing up for what's right. And all of you motherfuckers who say you're pro-life and yet you don't care about the fate of this planet. You call yourselves pro-life, but are you at St. Jude's Hospital looking in the eyes of a 4-year-old who's got leukemia or stage 4 lymphoma and who wants to live? And who knows nothing but fear and pain and death every single day? Are you candy striping there? Are you volunteering? Are you going to juggle or play video games or bringing a puppy or whatever the fuck to try to help them kids out? No, you're not. You're just sitting there going, abortion's bad and women who commit abortions are stupid. All right, motherfucker, how about this? Let's look at it this way. How many laws are there on the books that regulate men's sexual health or sexual abilities? Zero. My proposal is mandatory vasectomies. You want to stop unwanted pregnancies, motherfuckers? You want to stop abortions? Then get a vasectomy. Come on, man. Put your fucking principles to work. Put them in action. Snip, snip, motherfucker. Go get that happen. It's a little lidocaine. They do a little snip. You're out the fucking same day. And it's way less intrusive than it is for a woman to get her tubes tied or hysterectomy or even an abortion. Way less intrusive, and most vasectomies are reversible. So you know what? You're so devoted to being pro-life, get a vasectomy. Go do that. Get it done. Nah, you won't do it because you're fucking gutless cowards and you just want to put all the onus on the women. You want to put all the responsibility on the women because that's how you think of women. Well, women, we gotta start standing up for ourselves even more now. We gotta start being louder, being prouder, and being more vocal than these people. We actually outnumber men in this country. And that's another reason why they're terrified of us. So, and I ain't man hating and all that. I got brothers, I love them. My best friends are men. I ain't doing all that. I'm just saying, women, it's time for us to rise up and take our rightful place in this country. And that means equal pay, that means equal standing, and that means standing up for Greta when she goes up against assholes and fucking sacks of shit who will attack her for being passionate about something like, oh, I don't know, saving our goddamn planet. All right, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and you know, to the haters out there, y'all can go fuck yourselves. To everybody else, much love and much respect. You have no idea how much you inspire me every single day. Thank you so much for being strong. Again, one of the reasons why I wouldn't play in some of the states we're doing those abortion bans, people said that was me taking it out on my fans, and it wasn't. There's a reason why the mother hawk nudges her babies out of the nest when it's their turn to fly. Well, babies, it's your turn to fly. Mama says fly. Mama says soar. Mama Otep says go. Mama Otep says do your thing. It is time. Fly, babies, fly. Okay? You know, we have another saying, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? And right now, a lot of these cousin fucking Trump humpers, they seem like they're louder than most of us, even though they're the minority. When we're the majority, he lost by 3 million votes in the popular vote. That means there are more of us than there are of them. Well, the old phrase, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Well, now it's time for us to get squeaky. So let's get squeaky. All right? So, soar. Spread your wings and fly, and let's get squeaky, all right? And y'all make sure y'all stick up for this girl Greta. Share that video so that other people can see her passion and the tears of a child being mocked by morons. And you'll start to see who your friends are and what they're really made of and what they really stand for when they start attacking some young child like that. All right? I love you guys very much. At least those of you who are on my side and believe the same way I do. The rest of you, I fucking hate you and I hope you die. All right? Much love. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. All right.